Hello, my name is Raza Chevo. I am a project manager for the George Washington Certified ESI project management courses. Projects in the region are unique due to the burgeoning economy and their unequivocal challenges. For an insight into the benefits of this certification, I would like to introduce you to Alan Patching, our course director, often described as Australia's project and leadership guru.
Hi there, I'm Alan Patching from Australia. I'm going to be working with IIR Middle East and ESI to bring to you in Dubai the George Washington University's Master's Certificate in Project Management. A couple of times actually this year, 2009, and into the future. My fellow presenter is Claude Marley, a very experienced project manager as well. Now, why on earth would anyone want to do a formal project management course when they're already established in their career? Well, there's some very good reasons. And the first of those reasons is there's an old saying a friend of mine, David Cummings from Sydney, says, and it simply is that if you got a PhD 7 years ago, it simply means you used to know a lot. That's right, things change so rapidly. When I was starting out in project management, all you had to do was define the scope of a project, get a budget for it, get a schedule or a time for it, manage it within those three things known as the triple constraint, and they're still very valid in project management today, and you had a successful project. But wow, that was when I was a youngster, and that was a long time ago, as you can tell by a quick look at this space. The reality is the project management technology or body of knowledge has expanded many-fold since I was a youngster in this profession. These days, the internationally recognised, if you like, authority on establishing what makes up the body of knowledge for project management is the Project Management Institute. And I have to tell you that this course is also accredited by the Project Management Institute, and you'll receive continuing professional development units for each day you attend, and that's important, isn't it? Well, back to the main point here. And the main point is that in most of the university education you get that is specifically related to engineering, architecture, management, etc., the level to which project management is addressed really focuses upon those main core issues of the triple constraint: the scope, the time and the cost. And they are important. But the reality is there's a lot more to project management than just that. I remember being interviewed by CNN soon after I was the project director on the Sydney Olympic Stadium, and they asked me what was the most difficult part of the project. And I said, well, actually it wasn't the technological aspects, it was actually the people management aspects, because we had so many high-level people and so many stakeholders with such disparate interests that all had to be managed to bring that project successfully to conclusion, to its defined scope, to the quality standards set, within the budget and within the time. So, in addition to the triple constraint, we have aspects such as quality that must be managed effectively. No good just delivering a scope because it's defined, but not delivering it to the standard to which it should be delivered, is it? In addition to that, we have to manage people, and these days specifically and very high qualified and experienced people. People who have an opinion and want to have that opinion heard, but at the same time, in that sense of collaboration, leaders still have to make decisions. So therefore we need to study, when we're studying project management, how to communicate with people, how to lead them, how to collaborate with them, but how to still make decisions in a way that people will buy into those decisions when perhaps they don't entirely agree with them. What else is there? Well, one of the biggest things you'll hear banks and leaders of organisations and government speak about today is risk. And indeed it's not just restricted to financial risk. The project environment is by definition a risk environment, and it's impossible to even conceive that a manager would go into a project today as a project manager without knowing how to effectively manage risk. In the ESI course you'll learn not just the theory of risk, but some very, very practical applications and means to go about the management of risk in the project environment. So we've got people skills, communication, risk, as well as the triple constraint. Is there anything else? Well, yes, indeed there is. The procurement of project is so important today. And it's not just a matter for lawyers and contract administrators only. As project managers, we must understand the process of procuring projects, and we must understand how we structure projects so that there's very clear lines of communication and command through both the administration aspects, that's the contract administration aspects, and through the project management aspects, so that control of all aspects of the project can be maintained and maintained effectively. One of the things that we sometimes don't hear a lot about in the projects world is a most important aspect of the management of project, and that's called integration. The term integration in the context of project management simply means that every time you make any sort of a decision about time or cost, or any other aspect of a project for that matter, it's likely to affect every other aspect of the project. So therefore, each time we consider a change to, say, scope, not only do we look at the effect on cost and time, we must also look at the effect on human performance, the demand on resources, in other words. We must look at the effect, possibilities on quality. What are the contractual or procurement aspects of making that decision? Does that increase the risk profile, and if so, how do we deal with the increased risk? The management of all the issues that come out of a single decision in respect of one aspect of the project is known as integration. Yes, we will be looking at all of these areas in the ESI Master Certificate course. But you know, one of the most important aspects of this is putting it into a framework that's easy to understand. And here, both the George Washington University and the Project Management Institute has made this very simple for us. The notes you'll receive on this course are comprehensive, the most comprehensive notes I've seen on any course that I've ever conducted for any institution. I'm proud to teach them, and you'll be proud, I know, to be able to show them around the office as you use them. In addition to the standard of the notes, the means of teaching this course has been very well structured. First of all, we have an overview course called Project Management in Organisation. This is a 3-day course which covers every aspect of the entire course in overview, if you like, to give you an idea of what's involved and how it fits together. Then after that, we go into a series of specific courses on each of the key topics. We do 3 days on quality control for project managers. We do 5 days on scheduling and cost control. We do 4 days on risk management. We do 3 days on leadership and communication, 3 days on procurement. And then there's a 5-day course that looks at putting it all together in a practical application. And Claude Marley will be very pleased to guide you through that process. So, in signing up for this course, you'll learn the basics of project management, both from a theory and a practical perspective, and you'll learn it very thoroughly. You'll be given great notes to take away and resources to revise and study and keep up to date as change continues into the future in the project management world. More importantly, you'll know you've reached the standard that's acceptable in the workplace and in the theory institutions, because for each of these modules, there's a moderate level examination. Now don't be scared off by that. It's 25 questions, it's multiple choice, and it's not so much designed to pass or failure or anything like that. It's really designed so that we as the instructors can find out any area where perhaps you didn't get to understand, or we didn't explain it as clearly as you would have liked given your experience and background, and therefore we now know where to go and work with you to raise the standard to the level where you'll be ready to go on to the next course and eventually back to your workplace and apply the skills you've learned very, very effectively. And that's so important. So this is the course that will teach you the 9 knowledge areas of the project management body of knowledge. It will teach you the 4 main phases of project management. It will teach you the 5 process areas of project management. It will teach you various levels of individual team management, building teams, dealing with conflict, negotiating in certain circumstances, particularly in relations to contract. It will teach you how to identify stakeholders, to prioritise them. It will teach you how to identify all the things that are required to make up a good project, and it will teach you how to prioritise that. It will teach you how to manage cost. It will teach you how to manage time. This is a course that shows you not just the theory, but the practical aspects of how to plan projects effectively so you can manage and deliver them on time, on cost, and in a manner that delivers the outcomes for the end users and all the stakeholders that was required. There's 25 days in all in this course, and they're 25 days we're going to try and make as exciting and learning oriented as we possibly can for you. Don't miss out on your opportunity to be part of a group of like-minded people who want to learn project management thoroughly so they can apply it effectively. Ring your IIR Middle East sales agent now. Find out what you can about this course. And if you really need to find some specific information, why not ask the sales agent to put you in contact with me via email or whatever. I'd be happy to call you back and clear any doubts at all you have. This is a great course. I love teaching it. You're going to love attending. And what's more important, it's going to make a big difference to your career. See you on the course during the year.